Hi, I'm Kevin Fitzsimmons. In today's video, I'm going to take you through wheel and tire cleaning. Some of the things that I've done in preparation, my rotors were pretty rusty, so I took the car for a drive, applied the brakes to get the rust off the rotor. I decided to pull the car into the garage. It's an option that I have. If you need to wash your car outside, try and avoid direct sunlight if possible. Work on one wheel at a time is a good general rule. I've assembled my products here that I'm going to use. So I have a wheel bucket, which is kind of reserved for cleaning the wheels. So this is the dirtiest part of the car. And I wouldn't want to use a bucket that I would also use to clean, let's say, the paint on the car, because there's just so much dirt here. So I have a dedicated bucket. I put some soap in there and made sure I got lots of suds, so this way the brushes that I'm going to use, the water is a lubricant, but so is the soap, so you really want to have nice suds in there. And the other products that I've assembled here, I have a total wheel and brush cleaner, so I have a product that I can clean the tires as well as the wheels. So first thing I'm going to do is knock off this surface dust. So I'm going to spray that off. I'm going to get in the wheel well. I include cleaning the wheel well because if there's mud, road debris in the wheel well, it's something, catches my eye. I like to have the area clean. So working from top down, I'm going to spray the wheel and brake cleaner. So I'm trying to get that inside the barrels as well. Onto the caliper, in the wheel lugs, inside the wheel well. Now, I think any chemical which does not require agitation is probably too strong. This product is fairly gentle, and I'm going to use brushes so that I don't have to rely on harsh chemicals, which can ultimately damage your surfaces here. So, first thing I'm going to do is clean in the wheel wells. So I have this brush, fits nicely between the tire and the wheel well. Got the right diameter. Okay. Before I put this back in the bucket, I like to rinse it off. I don't want to make the water in the bucket overly dirty if I can avoid it. So just try and work as clean as possible. Okay. That's fairly clean, so I'll put that back. I'm trying to gather some suds for the brush that I'm going to use here. So starting at the top, work that in there. Work my way. I'm trying to get behind the spokes if possible. Okay. Again, working from top down. The thing I like about this brush that I'm using, it can fit between the caliper here and the barrel of the wheel. Okay. And now this is very dirty, so you really want to rinse that off before you put it back in the bucket. Now this is a very soft bristle brush that I'm going to use next. This is good for the surface of the wheel. So I'm trying to work in those areas where the spokes are. Yeah, just at these 90-degree corners, you tend to get a lot of dirt buildup in there. So I'm trying to get at those areas. And the wheel lugs. Okay, the tire itself. And it's nice to clean the surface of the tire here, because in case you want to put any product on there to provide UV protection, it's good to get the old product off. Okay, so before I put this back into the bucket, I'm going to rinse it. Okay. All right, let's get this clean, rinsed off now. I see a couple spots that I missed here. So at these 90-degree turns, it's good to just get at them. Okay. Now when you apply your brakes, the caliper pads, they're clamping on the rotor. And of course, the rotor being metal, you're actually grinding down off a little bit of that material. And those iron particles are getting deposited onto the wheel, as well as the paint of your car. So there are products out there which are iron removers. They're going to react with the iron and help chemically decontaminate the surfaces. Okay. There we go. All right, I'm happy to be using a product called Iron X, but there's many out there. And this is safe to get on the paint as well. It's not going to harm the paint. That's the nice thing about trying to use gentle products. I'm going to try and get in the wheel barrels there. I don't know if you could see in the video, but the rotor itself, it's actually bleeding like purple. So it's reacting with the iron that's on the surfaces. And we'll let this dwell for about a minute or so, and then we'll come back, and I'm going to agitate that a little bit with a brush. Okay, so I think you can see in the video there's a stream of purple. And that's the iron remover product chemically reacting with the iron to lift it off the surface. And, I had cleaned this already, so it's kind of amazing to see just how much iron was in the clear coat of the wheel. So I'm going to use some of my brushes just to be a little bit more thorough to remove those iron particles. Okay, just going around one more time. Trying to get caliper clean. And I don't want to contaminate. I've got 3 other wheels to do here, so I want to make sure the water in the bucket stays as clean as possible. Okay. I'm going to use that soft brush. I'm trying to get some suds on here. That provides lubrication. And this second cleaning really helps remove the dust and road grime that you have. Again, the wheel lugs. I actually have another brush I'm going to get for the wheel lugs. So I'm going to lubricate these. These, as you can imagine, these can get into the wheel lug area a little bit better. Bam. Okay. Might as well use that. Caliper, of course, is going to have a lot of brake dust on it, iron particles, so if you can get in there, give it a little bit extra cleaning, it's going to look nice. I don't want to put those back into the bucket dirty. Rinse them off. Okay. Now I'm going to give this a rinse. Okay. Now it's time to dry the wheels. I have a product, it's called Bead Maker. It's called a drying agent. It helps release, let's say, the surface tension the water has with the wheel. And it also provides some hydrophobic characteristics if once it dries. So I'm going to spray Bead Maker on here. So this, I'm going to use a microfiber towel now to dry the wheel surface just a little bit better, more thoroughly. Getting these wheel lugs. Okay. Okay, so now it's time to put the wheel dressing on. The tire is dry. Took about a minute or so for the water to dry off the surface there. I'm going to apply product, like I said, water-based, so I'm shaking it up. There are instructions on here about the dilution levels. The manufacturer recommends not diluting it for tires, so basically gonna spray this onto an applicator sponge. Wipe that in. I have a lip on my tire here, so I'm going to try and make sure I get some of this tire dressing on that lip. Like I said, provides UV protection. Gives it a nice matte finish, which I think looks nice. And that UV protection, of course, if the car is outside, that's really important. You don't want your tires getting cracks in them from the sun. Okay. I have microfiber towels, cloths that I use for the tires, and I'm using black. I tend to buy black ones for that purpose, so I don't mix them up with microfiber towels or cloths that I would use for the paint surfaces. The wheels are always the dirtiest part. They have those iron particles in there. We've done our best to try and remove them, but it's best to not take any chances. We don't want to introduce any scratches or swirls into the paint of our car. So one of the ways that we do that is trying to separate the tools. I use a dedicated bucket for the tools and the brushes that I use to clean the wheels. Like I said, microfiber towels. I use black ones so that I know, okay, I won't use that on the surface of the paint of the car. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.